channel. My name's Alicia, and as you can see by the title, today I wanted to talk about MLM companies. Now, if you don't know what an MLM company is, that is a multi-level marketing company. And I did want to do a quick disclaimer before we get into the video. I am by no means an expert in multi-level marketing companies or stating that I'm an expert. I am not telling you to join one. I am not bashing these companies by any means. I really just wanted to share my experiences, give you guys some advice or tips, kind of like letting you guys know what I would have liked to know before I joined a company like this. So if you've been thinking about joining an MLM company, or you've been approached before and you're not really sure, or you have no idea what I'm talking about but you're interested in what I'm talking about, then just alrighty. To start off, I wanted to talk about 3 most important things that I think you should know. Oh, and by the way, I have notes on my laptop, so if you see me kind of looking over, it's probably because I'm rambling. I'm trying to get back on track. I do ramble when I get nervous, so I have notes just set in place for me. That way, in case I do ramble, I can get myself back on track. I don't want this video to be too long. So to start off, I wanted to talk about 3 things that I think you should know before joining a MLM company. The first thing being, know your product. Now, I know that sounds super silly and you're like, of course you should know your product, but if you have no interest in it, or you have like no genuine connection to that product or service that this company is providing you, then you're not going to want to share it with your family and friends. You're not going to want to share it on your social media. You're not going to want to tell anybody about it. The more you have like a connection with the product, the more you love the product, the more you use them or you use the services. Again, it can be a service, it can be a product, whatever it is, you at least have to like it. You at least have to have an interest in it, or you're pretty much setting yourself up for failure right off the bat. And not just know it, but actually love it and actually want to share that with people. Because the more you want to share that with people, the more people can see that. The more, if you see a stranger on the street, the more you're going to want to tell them about the product, you know, or if something comes up and, you know, it's related to the product or related to the service that you're providing. If you don't really have a connection with it, are you going to want to reach out to a stranger and be like, hey, like, I know you mentioned this, I have this, I can fix that, right? You're not going to want to do that. I have been approached by multiple MLM companies, and if I would have accepted, or not even accepted, but if I would have joined all of the if I would have joined all of the companies that approached me, I probably would have been in like over 10 or about 10 companies by now. But there was a lot of them that I turned down because I didn't have an interest in their service or their product. And I'm like, why would I? And some of them were like just products I used every day. Like for example, there was a company about cookware, right? Cookware. There was knives and pots and pans and things and like that, and like I use that stuff, but do I really love that stuff? Is that something that I'm like genuinely like passionate about? No. So why am I gonna join that? Like, yeah, I might make a couple of bucks here and there, like sharing it with maybe like my family and friends and people that I know that do like cooking and using pots and pans and stuff, but I don't personally have a passion for cookware. So why am I gonna join that company? Right? So that's what I mean by know your product. Second thing is know your compensation plan. Now, I know if you've never heard of an MLM company, or you know, you're not very familiar with it, you won't really know to ask about a compensation plan. I mean, I know I didn't when I first joined my first company. I don't even think I remember the compensation plan in my first company. That's how much that company didn't work out for me. Like, I think I was in it for maybe like a month. And that's because I didn't really know the products. I didn't know the compensation plan. Like, all of these things that I'm like mentioning to you guys, I did not know. I don't even remember my first company's compensation plan. And that's horrible, but I didn't. But again, I mean, I'm 26 now. I think I joined my first company when I was either 20 or 21. So I didn't really know what to ask. I didn't really know what to look for. I didn't really know what to, you know, really pay attention to. So a compensation plan wasn't really something that I was like, oh, let me see that, let me figure it out, let me know how I can get paid, right? I just know, oh, I sold this product and get this much percentage, right? But there's so much more. Usually with an MLM company, there's so much more to your compensation plan. Yeah, you get a percentage, but most likely there's multiple different ways that you can make money. It's just not one way. So really, if you're interested in an MLM company, I would suggest really sit down and understand the compensation plan. And usually, you know, if someone has reached out to you and you know them on a personal level, or even if you don't, if they're a good leader, or if they're somebody who's really like, how do I say it? Really passionate about the business and they want to see you succeed because like they want to succeed, then even if you know, you're like, hey, can I see your compensation plan? And they send it to you and you know, you don't understand one bit of it, ask them to break it down for you. A lot of the times they will, because they want to succeed, they want you to succeed, and they want you to understand how you get paid. So a lot of MLM companies, you know, their compensation plan is different. I've had the pleasure of knowing 2. I mean, I've joined 3 companies, but like I said, I don't remember the first company's compensation plan. So I've really only seen 2. The one that I'm currently in, which is Monet, and I don't think I said this in the beginning, but I'm not going to be stating the names of the business that I've joined besides the one that I'm in currently, which is Monet, just because for like any legal reasons, I don't want to get this video out there. I mean, if you know me on a personal level, you know the companies that I've joined because I've promoted them. I've talked about the products, I've talked about the company. So if you know me on a personal level, you probably know which companies I've been in. But getting back to what I was talking about, because I was rambling, yes, so just knowing your compensation plan. When you get hired at a regular 9-to-5, usually you know, when you're getting interviewed or whatever, they tell you like you're gonna be working this many hours and you're gonna get paid this much an hour, right? So every month you know how much you're getting paid. You know you worked this many hours each week and you're getting paid this much each hour, right? So you know. So I mean MLM companies are not comparison to 9-to-5s, but that's just kind of an example. You know how much you're getting paid when you're getting a 9-to-5, so why don't you know how much you're getting paid or what you can make when you start your own business? Because that's potentially what you're doing when you start an MLM company, is you're starting your own business. So you need to know how to make money, how much money you can make, and the different types of ways you can make money. Usually you're investing your own money to start your business, you know, and sometimes it can range about how much you spend, but you want to know how you can get that money back. You want to know how fast you can get that money back, because at the end of the day, this is your business and you want to make sure that you're running it the best of your abilities. So second thing, know your compensation plan. Okay, the third thing would be know your community. Now, this might not be a huge thing for other people, but it is for me, because like I've said, I've been in different companies and I've seen different communities within those companies, and it's a huge part of your success with these companies is knowing the people you're surrounded by a group of people who you're comfortable, even if you don't know them on a personal level, to reach out and be like, hey, I'm struggling with this. I see that you're doing this. I see that you're making moves this way. Can you teach me? Can you help me? Like, can you give me some advice? And you want to be able to be comfortable to ask them, because you know they're going to be like, yes, let's do this. Let's help each other grow. Let me help you. Let's help each other, right? Like, let's go to the top together. That's what you want. That's what you want in a business, is you want people with the same goals, the same values, and you know, the same mindset. You want to be able to grow with somebody. You want to be able to, you know, reach the top with somebody, because you can try and do it on your own, and I'm not saying you can't do it on your own, because you know there's been a lot of people who have done it, but you're gonna want that support. You're gonna need that. Sorry guys, my camera died, of course. I was trying to get everything I needed to say before my camera died, but didn't happen. So I'm back. I think I left off talking about the community pretty sure I went over everything I wanted to say. So those are just like the 3 most important things I think you should know before joining a company is know the product, know the compensation plan, and know the community. Lastly, what I want to go over is MLM companies are not a get-rich-quick scheme. Now, I know that there are some companies that promote that, you know, that are like really into you can make real money, you can make fast money, you can make a lot of money very quickly. And, you know, sometimes that does happen. There are times where you can make a lot of money very quickly. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying that don't join an MLM company thinking that you are going to be a millionaire overnight. There are those success stories. There are those people who do become millionaires or who are millionaires in this business, but it doesn't happen overnight. Most of the time, you know, it takes hard work, dedication, and time. You know, it could take a month, it can take a year, it can take 10 years. It all depends on you. It all depends on your work ethic. It all depends on how hard you're willing to work for it. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying don't get into a company thinking that it's gonna happen overnight. Make your money back within days, and that's great. But I'm just saying don't look at it as a place of being like, oh, I'm gonna become a millionaire within an hour or 2 of joining, right? Because if you think of it like that, most likely you're going to join, you're going to be disappointed that you're not making that much money, and you're going to either give up or just fail, you know, and nobody wants to feel like they failed. So just go in it with the right mindset, knowing that, you know what, I can make this amount of money, but it all depends on me, how hard I'm willing to work, how much time I'm willing to put into this company, and, you know, just my personal goals, how far I'm willing to go for this. You know, just go into it with the right mindset, with the right reasonings. That brings me to my next topic. Know your why. Before you join, I would definitely recommend writing down why you want to join this company, why you want to be a part of a business like this, and remind yourself of that. You know, always have it written down somewhere, whether it's in a notebook, if it's on a sticky note, like on your wall, on your mirror, wherever. Know your why. Remind yourself of your why all the time. And even, you know, even if you want to tell your upline your why, so that they can remind you, so that when you're feeling down or you're feeling like, you know, I can't do this, they'll let you know. Remember your why. Know why you are doing this, because that's what's going to help you with that dedication, with that hard work, with the time. You're gonna remember why you're doing this business, and then that's just gonna push you 10 times more. I wrote down my why. It's changed over the years. When I first started, it was completely different than what it is now. My why has like done a complete 180, but you know, my life has changed. I have a son now, and I have a family, and so, and I'm not saying that the why that you start with is going to be the why that you end with, because it's going to change. Business, and you realize, you know, my why is changing. That's okay. Change your why, but you want to have that so that you know what you're pushing for, so you know what you're working for. Because if you don't have that, then you're kind of working for, like, then there are going to be days where you're like, I can't do this, you know, like I'm not, you know, I'm not succeeding, or I'm not accomplishing the goals that I wanted to accomplish. And if you don't have that solid why, if you don't have that, like, you know, this is what I'm doing it for, then you're gonna be like, well, then what am I doing it for? Why am I doing this? And you might quit, you might stop doing it, you might fail. No, like I've said before, nobody wants to feel like a failure for themselves. So super important, know your why, push for your why. It might change over time, and that's completely fine. Just keep telling yourself why you're doing this business, and, you know, just keep accomplishing those goals and you'll be successful. I hope this was helpful. Like I said in the beginning, I'm not an expert in MLM companies. I just wanted to share with you guys my tips and advice on, you know, joining the company, or, you know, what to look out for. And that's just me coming from, like, personal experience. I actually got this video idea from an upline of mine. She suggested that I do a live talking about, you know, my experiences in MLM companies, but I decided to do a quick little video for you guys. So I hope it was helpful. I hope it all made sense. I know if you're not very familiar with MLM companies, it might have been all over the place, but if you guys have any questions, or you guys, you know, want to talk a little bit more about it, I'd be happy to share any of my tips or advices with you guys. So just leave a comment down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one.